Hello, clickety clackers. It's CrazeWay, and Sleepy's here too. I actually know it's recording because a lot of times I panic and want to check because I can actually see,
about to bring it up.
I can actually see my taskbar this time and the little red dot on OBS. I don't know if you saw it. The little red dot appeared when I pressed the button. Now.
Yeah.
I keep trying to film, and I don't want to get into it, but for months we have been trying to do literally any video possible ever, and there has been problem after problem. So I decided I would make this on a whim, and you're going to get a little insight into our college years, because, oh boy, did we watch a lot of garbage and take the piss out of it.
We sure did.
But I'm here with Sleepy to rank every single anime we have watched. Starting with
all
the original
300,000.
This, where would you put this? Why is there no F? I put F. I created F when I created the template. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know where it went.
User error.
Probably, yeah.
Bad.
This is not an S. I'm sorry. So. I'm a big fan
it's
of
good,
it's
sure.
I don't know where I would put this.
I'm not 70 years old and don't have a down payment on a house.
Personally, it's something I enjoyed watching, but it's not something I go back to rewatch a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Now, moving on. Since that one, I haven't really watched it. I mean, I've watched the show several times, and by several, I mean at least 3 or 4 times. It's not something that I can sit here and have a 20-minute discussion about. It's like, yep, that was Goku as a kid.
That sure does exist.
Dragon Ball Z, about to piss a lot of people off. The original Dragon Ball Z, A. Not S. Only because there's a better version and I just pissed a lot of people off, which I'll get to. Listen, this doesn't apply to Conrad. He didn't watch it, but I watched the English dub as a kid, and it's still nostalgic to me. But even with the nostalgia bias aside, if I go back and watch it now, good God, do I cringe listening to the shit he says.
Yeah. It's pretty insane.
Superman Goku over here, talking about how he's the light in the darkness, or whatever the... It's like, what are you on about, bro?
I am the hope of the universe. I didn't know that, Superman. Thanks.
You can never destroy what I am, friend.
Like, the fuck are you talking about?
It has the same thing which is on this list, by the way. I don't know if you've done this. If you go back and rewatch the English dub of Sonic X, oh my god.
Also, this is such a nitpicky thing. Frieza's voice in OGZ pisses me off.
He sounds like a chain smoker.
No disrespect.
Linda Young. Her name is.
Yeah, I love her. She's a lovely lady. Not good for Frieza.
Nah, Chris Ayers is better. Well, was better. Rest in peace to that.
Spoiler, they haven't even gotten to the Frieza saga yet.
Who does his voice now? What's his name? Now that Chris Ayers
Damon
is Damon Mills, I think.
Yeah.
He sounds like if I hadn't been told by that random video that we saw that Chris Ayers had passed from his illness, you would have never. Damon Mills is so talented, I never would have realized it wasn't.
Oh yeah, no, he's baller. He started in Xenoverse, didn't he?
I think.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Up next, we have GT.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. All right, and I'm going to say this in the nicest possible way. It is the best example of I sure did watch something I have ever seen.
I don't want to give it a C, because C is average, but oh my god.
Okay, here's the thing. If you skip like half of Dragon Ball GT and watch the entirety of Z beforehand, it's great. Fuck the Black Star Dragon Balls. That shit's boring, and I hate Super 17 with a burning passion.
I hate Super 17. It's not even because Super 17 himself, I mean, he's not like a great villain, but he just is a villain, you know what I mean? Generic villain. It's because Goku acts like a moron.
Goku acts like a dipshit the entire fucking time.
But,
and then I'm supposed to sit there and be like, oh yeah, this is the Goku I love. And
I'll give
like,
it a
no.
B only because I have rewatched it before, so it is entertaining enough for me to go back to.
Oh yeah, and Super Saiyan 4, I mean, that shit almost saves it from being like bad.
If you're wondering why I paused so long at GT, it's because my brother is very loud. He's a kid, and he ran upstairs to go to the bathroom, which is right next to my room. So I don't know how much of that was picked up by the microphone, but I didn't really care.
I couldn't hear anything.
You guys to hear us. So I hope that there's not random thumping and toilet flushing in the audio. But if there is,
we just edit that out.
Fuck no, they can deal.
They can deal with it. Yeah, pussies.
Oh, by the way, I said I was going to do that. We all knew that was happening. But the final chapters are included in this because I don't split them up. I hate when people tell me Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, is a separate anime. It's not. This is like definitive. This is how you should watch Dragon Ball Z. I'm sorry. I grew up as an OG. This isn't even like a new kid saying this. I grew up watching the OG. This one's better.
Oh, yeah. Not even close.
Speaking of, Super's going up here. Super has very low lows, but the very high highs make up for that.
Look, Super was a fun as hell to watch. It had some of that like classic feel, but it was its own new thing, and I enjoyed it. But some of the decisions in that show pissed me off. The fact that we got Rage Trunks at all pisses me off.
Such a bad form.
Oh yeah, let's just rip that out of his ass.
He's future Trunks. Who are you to judge him?
Someone who understands how the forms have worked so far.
But we got British Goku.
Ooh, oh joy.
And he's got pink hair. He's flamboyant.
He is very flamboyant.
And we got Vegito Blue. And it gave us a movie that made Gogeta and Broly canon. And
That's
Gohan
true.
Blanco. How can you not?
And Piccolo. Come on. It also gave us copy Vegeta. So there's that.
What do I do with Super Dragon Ball Heroes?
That's just fan service. And fan service starts with F.
I'm putting it because it's not something I would rewatch, but it was fun, but it's not anything special, you know what I mean?
Look, if you're watching it to be like a good story, you're watching it for the wrong reason.
My favorite memory of this is a video that I wish I remembered how to say his name so I would shout him out, even though he has way more subscribers than I do. Who made that video? I showed Conrad the video of them power scaling it, and it's like, in case you're wondering, by logic, this Gogeta is weaker than Golden Metal.
By Golden Metal Cooler.
Because he beat Cobra.
It's such badass garbage.
It's all just nonsense.
Yeah, it's promotional. It's for a card game.
My favorite part of that show is Hearts being like, I'm stronger than Zeno now, and proceeds to lose to Gogeta.
And then, everyone's pretty much looking at it like, yeah, you're an idiot. I mean, it's not bad. I'm not expecting a great, phenomenal story or anything, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It doesn't have that. You're not getting, the next Frieza saga in a nutshell of this, but it's perfectly fine. It's fun. It gives us a lot of fan service forms that people have been asking for a while, like, some crazy whack shit.
Like Janemba, black instead of purple.
Yeah, Golden Cooler. It's like, oh, hell yeah, that's badass. But then it gives us weird shit like that one lady who wanted to date Yamcha.
That made me mad because we got Golden Cooler and not Cooler form Frieza.
Yeah, and then we didn't get Cooler Black. Come on, missed opportunity.
Daima.
You know what? I didn't like it as much as I liked Super, but what I saw, it was just fun.
I'll put it in A. It's not something I would rewatch vigorously. but it is something I think is it's hard to hate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just fun. And the fact that it's the last thing we got from Toriyama before his passing, like, there's something poetic about it, just being a return to form.
Now that we're
and also canonizing Super Saiyan 4.
Finally moving on from Dragon Ball. Ace Attorney.
I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't remember anything from the actual show.
I do. Don't kill the guy.
Yeah, I just remember watching the outtakes and figuring out that Phoenix Wright is voiced by fucking Trunks.
I'll put it at B not because it's something we'd rewatch, right? Because C to me is average. B is good. You know, like this is a pretty good show to watch. A is this is one of the best, and then S you were better than the best. D means you could have been better, but you weren't terrible. And F means you were dog shit. There are two things on here I know are going in F, and I will cover those when we get to them. But Ace Attorney is going in B over C, simply because it made us look into the Phoenix Wright lore. It was good enough to make me go, wait, there's ghosts in Phoenix Wright?
Yeah, also, he has a kid?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
What's up next? What is that? Kame ga Kill.
I don't even remember anything. We just skipped through that one, I'm pretty sure, because we wanted to get scenes with Ed's death.
Yeah, we wanted to know about Ed's death. Kept being told she was great, and she's okay.
Also, they changed the ending, and they just kill everybody except for 2 people.
To be fair, though, the anime ended before the manga. That's why. This one's going in A because I actually like this a lot, and I didn't expect to. We watched Angels of Death, or however you say it in Japanese, solely because the model we use for Emily in the Sparrowverse is Rachel Gardner, and we were like, hey, it's Emily. And we watched the whole show, and it was actually a lot more enjoyable than I thought it would be.
Wow, I was pleasantly surprised.
Speaking of things we got into because of the Sparrowverse, Arknight.
Oh, yeah. I forgot they made anime about it.
Speaking of Arknight's Rise and Ember, I wish I could put on this list, but it isn't out yet, and it will not be out by the time until July 4th or something like that is what it's scheduled for. So the video's too early.
Damn.
But we can film Prelude to Dawn. Sure did happen. B.
Yup. It was. It explained the story that I skipped through on the app.
Both of them, I think, were pretty solid. They weren't terrible.
Yeah,
but they weren't. They were better than I wasn't like, wow, that was a show. I enjoyed watching it, but it wasn't anything where it's like, fuck yeah. I wasn't watching it like I watched Goku go Super Saiyan and losing my shit.
No, I sat there and watched Goku do that. I was like, yes. Oh, we watched that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we did watch that. A solid A, just for the jiggle.
Are you ready for me to piss a lot of people off?
Oh, is that Naruto? I watched 3 episodes and I was bored out of my fucking mind.
3. 3 shows are going in F. I forgot we watched any episodes of
Boruto. I forgot Boruto was a thing. I'm so real with you.
What is that?
Oh my god. That's
Be the beginning.
Be the beginning.
I'll put that appropriately in B. I liked Season 1, Season 2. I don't think Conrad watched Season 1. I think I just showed him a rundown of what happened, and then we watched Season 2, and Season 2 did not live up to the hype.
Season 2 was weird as shit. They brought back a lady that he killed, and all this shit.
Yeah, it made no sense. It was the whole point was that... Never mind. I don't want to spoil the show too bad.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get into something that is a surprise A that I didn't think would be an A. Guitar Woman.
I don't think that's what it's called, but I appreciate that's what you called it.
But it's so wholesome. Oh my god, it's wholesome.
It is very lovely.
She just wants to step out of her shell.
She just wants to hang out, be a friend, be a pal. What's wrong with that?
Cowboy Bebop, Conrad. Where would you put this?
The fact that she's bad at it, not great, admittedly.
Where should I put Cowboy Bebop?
Okay. If I'm being honest, I haven't watched it in so long that I barely remember any of it.
That's where I'm at with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. I remember it being good when I watched it.
I'll put
But
it at A. I remember.
yeah.
I remember distinct things like spoilers, Spike Spiegel, but
Spike Spiegel.
there's not enough of my memory for me to linger on it for too long.
Yeah.
What is that? Data
That's
Live.
a good point.
I watched that for Lilith. Oh, I'm sorry, Karumi Tokisaki. See, Devilman Crybaby.
That.
This show was fucked. Hey.
Oh yeah,
I don't even want to linger on that. You unironically, everybody needs to go watch Devilman Crybaby. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's friends with Satan. Sort of. Anyways, what is that? What is this? What am I looking at?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I can't tell what this is because I can't see the image.
Yeah, I can't unironically. Well, you made the list.
Yes, but it's too zoomed in. I'm nearsighted. I can't see what this is. Like, this is D. Gray Man. This is a show I watched by myself, and I can
Is that Record of
remember, so
Ragnarok?
let's go in and see.
I think that might be Record of Ragnarok.
I think so. Maybe. I know Record of Ragnarok is on here somewhere. But like I said, I can't read the words. They're too small.
I genuinely, like, I don't fucking know.
So I will treat it like Record of Ragnarok until I know what it is, because I think you're
until
right.
it's not, and then I'm going to sit there and be like, oh, it's not Record of Ragnarok.
Yes,
I'm
this
just
is
stupid.
No, this is Record of Ragnarok over here. What is this? The thing is, I should know what it is, you know what I mean? Because I made the list, but I can't see the pictures. They're too small.
I can't see shit. This video is scuffed. I'm mad. This isn't A+, like, grade A fucking...
That's Kantai Collection. No wonder I can't remember what it is. This is the show I watched only for to know what Shimakaze sounded like.
Oh. Yeah.
No wonder I'm sitting here like, what is this? I don't remember this. Oh, I found the F that I was talking about. This is Drugstore in Another World, and this show is so unbelievably boring that... They do the same thing every episode. The same animation over and over again.
I forgot that existed.
And then the last episode, suddenly he has to go to like a party and suddenly he has motivations and shit. And it's like, I don't care. You can't spring this on me the last episode.
Because you sucked.
It was so bad. Oh my god. And he did the same animation. It was like watching an episode of Bob the Builder. He ran into a problem. He didn't even ever fail. There was no struggle. He just automatically came up with a solution and solved the problem.
Yeah.
Every time. Who watches this? Oh, hey, Death Note. S.
Ooh. S.
I have L on my desk right now. I think Conrad does too.
I don't have him in my desk. I have him in my closet.
What the fuck?
Don't ask questions about that. Just know that I do, and it's cool, and shut up.
Death Note's first half is better than the second half, but I think everybody thinks that. But overall, the entire thing's still S. It's
who's sitting here and like, yes, Nier! Woohoo!
Someone out there.
You find me the one diehard Nier stan, then I will find you someone who is insane. Clinically.
Dead Man Wonderland.
I forgot that show existed. I'm going to be so real with you.
I'm putting it in C. We didn't even get the whole show. I mean, we got the whole show, but the manga keeps going. The show does not. Oh, hey, the other F!
Yeah!
The show I watched solely to figure out where the model we use for Eevee came from, and I regret my life choices.
Yeah.
Never have I sat down and thought about Eromanga Sensei and been like, yeah, I'm happy with the choices I've made.
I've never been excited about the fact that I understand it and know it.
Here we go. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay. I have a complicated thing to say about this.
Does it have to do with the Chimera Dog Woman?
It has so many great fucking moments. But also, There's so much shit in this that fucks me up, like, mentally, that it scares me.
Yeah, it's fair. This is the one exception I made where I was gonna do this like I did Dragon Ball, Naruto, and all that anime by anime. I did not go find every single goddamn Fate anime that exists, and I just put them all in just one. Every time they make a new season, they have to make a whole... They don't even, like, name it Fate 02. They come up with a whole new title, and they make a whole different show. Just... Every time. And the only reason we watched it was to get what the models sound like that we use for... Because we're like, hey, we use those in Gmod for the Spyroverse. What do they sound like?
Right. And I'm sitting there like, oh.
I just pissed off every Fate fan ever. Konosuba's getting an ass. I don't care. That's hell.
It's too funny not to, like, enjoy it, you know?
Speaking of Konosuba, the spin-off of Konosuba about Megumin.
Where we just watched the woman.
That was good.
I mean,
but it wasn't A level. I think a B is a solid.
It was just a prequel to show us where a Megumin came from.
It was still funny, though.
And I love the people being like, where's the Darkness prequel? It's like, it's just her living in a fucking mansion, dog.
Yeah.
The hell are you on?
We are now on
I played that game. I legally acquired that game.
Didn't you find a
I
ROM
want
hack
this
of that?
I want this on the record. I have a legally acquired and
now
fully legitimate copy of Hyperdimension Neptunia. I am not a thief.
Yeah, let's ignore the ROM we found that one time.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nick. I've never stolen anything a day in my life. I follow the law. That being said, it sucks.
The anime's so mid. Oh my god. Here's another one we watched and took the piss out of. How Not to Summon a Demon Lord that we unironically found illegally uploaded to YouTube.
I don't know about Nick, but the fact that as a show it was semi-entertaining, some of the plot points, boggles my mind, because that is just fan service.
My favorite part of watching that show was like, he's voiced by Eric Vale, he's Trunks, he's Phoenix Wright.
Trunks, why are you ogling that woman's boobies? No, don't do it.
What is this?
You know, Nick, hit control and scroll up with your scroll wheel.
Why?
Hold control and scroll up. Oh, wait! I think I know what that is.
Thanks for that. That's Cancole. What's the other one, then? What's the one I said was boring, that I wrongly judged? What is this?
It's Girls Frontline.
Oh, I couldn't see that. I'm very upset that I gave that a bad rating. Yes, you're right, because I can see M4 Stop Mod on it. This goes in C, then. Girls Frontline, unironically. Thanks for this trick, Conrad. I'm very good with technology, I promise. Dolls Frontline is unironically a dope-ass show that you should all watch. I watched it solely to know what M4 Stop Mod sound like, because we use her as Astrid, and oh my god, that was a good show. Well, it wasn't amazing or anything, but it was worth my time that I watched episode 1, got my answer to what Astrid sounded like. Well, what Astrid's model sounds like. It's not Astrid. You know what I mean. And I continued watching the rest of the show. It's interesting. And I don't think it's in the games. I might be wrong. I think it has a unique plot, but it deals with...
Right.
It's very interesting. Speaking of very interesting...
And I enjoy...
Made in Abyss.
I watched that one YouTube clip of that girl getting turned into Jello like a lot because it keeps showing up on my YouTube recommended, and I kind of think that YouTube thinks I'm a psychopath. I want to reiterate, I don't enjoy that. But it's the same reason I go on r/5050. You know, it's like, oh, gross.
Doesn't he turn his daughter into like a suitcase?
Yeah, that gives him power. That's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Also, his name is stupid as fuck. Can I just say that?
Michael Parra.
Ew. F. I'm not a gooner.
I'm gonna put it at D. Simply because they beat my expectations, because I remember why we watched that. I know where that came from, and for YouTube reasons, we will not be saying what Nekopara is other than a show. But I was scrolling, and we saw that on there, and we watched that show because you pointed out to me, why is there a child on the cover? We watched the whole show, and surprisingly, they don't lewd the lolly. I was very happy to see that, so I won't give them an F.
Yeah, they subverted my expectations by not fucking a kid. Which, I gotta say, the fact that that's an expectation of subversion... Holy shit, is that Sonic X?
Where? Yes.
We'll get to that. I just realized that. Anyway, what were we on about? Oh, yeah.
When I was talking about the English of the
I forgot! Shut up, man. I was too... Look, I'm not a gooner. I don't like Nekopara. But I do have the animated stickers on Steam. I have that as a joke. I need to specify. Oh no, man! No, One Piece. Okay. Yup. Anyway,
I stopped watching. It got too long.
I hate the people that keep talking about how Gear 5 broke the internet when it didn't.
Here, I gotta do this again because I can't see what all these are.
That's One Punch Man. That's an S.
Anyway.
For Saitama.
Okay.
Scroll back up again, Nick. I can't see that shit. I don't even know what I'm looking at. What is that? Is that Record of Ragnarok?
Yes, that's Poseidon in the corner. This is
yes, sir.
This is fun to watch. It's better than most things. It keeps me more entertained. Like, the thing when I say C, I mean average, I mean I'm constantly, like, looking away, being like, my phone's there, but it's entertaining still. It's not bad. D is it was a bad show, but it wasn't good. D is something where I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I forget I'm watching a TV show, and I play on my phone for the rest of the time. B is show that I stay watching the entire time, but, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, let me go rewatch that a bunch. A is, that was awesome, I want to go see it again. And S is, I'm going to watch this for the rest of my life.
I'm glad that we hashed out what the tiers mean, like, towards the end of the fucking list.
Well, I kept saying it, but I don't think I kept putting it in a good way. You know what I mean? I kept describing it weirdly. Speaking of weird, Rising of the Shield Hero. Season 1 was a banger, Season 2 was not.
Funny story about this. Nick tried to get me involved on this show. And
it worked.
The way he introduced it, he specified that there was slavery in it. She is a slave. That was what he said, but she's cool with it.
Am I wrong?
I just gotta...
Is that a wrong definition of what... That is an apt description.
You're not incorrect. That's the problem. Like, that is a true statement. But what the fuck? And then he's like, no, it's good. You gotta watch it. I was like, I'm not watching this. And it's not like, oh, the slavery's like not that big of a it's a center point of the fucking show.
Yeah, they go to where she got tortured as a kid.
And what pisses me off is that I understand it. It is actually a decent story.
Season 1 was. Season 2 is weird. I don't know how I felt about the book Incel, but...
I was gonna say that. He calls himself an intellectual, actually.
He should. His unironic story is that he insulted himself to suicide. That is how he got reincarnated. Like, that, I am not joking. He was a fat otaku who jumps out a window because his life sucked. And for some reason, God, looking down, is like, yeah, this guy needs superpowers.
This dude, let's give him a book.
What the fuck?
Nailed it. Anyway, solid B.
Maybe he thought that giving the incel something to read would actually make him a normal person. Newsflash, it made him a psychopath.
And then God's like, oh, shit.
B. Again, yeah. I wouldn't rewatch it, but Season 1 I would rewatch, but I have to say, Season 3, we still haven't watched, haven't gotten to it, and Season 2 was terrible.
Yeah, they were fighting the spirit tortoise, and I stopped giving a shit.
I actually really enjoyed Spice and
oh, yeah. Wolf. It gets A solely based off of the fact that like his name is Kraft, and I just think of mac and cheese.
I like that she calls him Lawrence, because I know they get married from the manga, and the thought of my wife walking up to me and being like, "There you are, Reinhardt," makes me...
I have
Can
a
you
name.
imagine your wife walking over to you? "Hey, countryman, let's go. You are also countryman."
By law.
Hey, Steins Gate.
That's good. That show pisses me off a couple times.
B. They send a banana back in time.
Don't fuck with time. Okay, I won't fuck with time. So I maybe have fucked with time. Why? Okay, this is the biggest departure in tone, because this is just a slice of life romance anime.
Okay, I need to explain that when we watched this, we pretended that the main character was William Afton the entire time.
I don't know how that started, but it was a thing throughout the entire show.
Yeah, we kept saying,
"Hey, you're like remnant."
They're on a date. And I remember this because one of us blurted out. I think it was me. It's like, this isn't how it started, but this is the last one I remember. He goes, "Heard of remnant spirit metal?" It's like, what?
Spirit juice.
I swear, were we drunk? What were we doing watching this show?
I know because we watched it with Vital Arcade, and the entire time we were just riffing on it. And we were like, "Yeah, that's William Afton," but it's a decent show. Like,
it's a good
neat.
show.
It's cute.
I
don't know how it's. Oh, I remember how
it's
it
because he has
started.
purple hair. We called him the purple man.
One of us looked at his hair and was like, "It's William Afton."
Gotta go fast.
S.
That is not getting an S home.
Okay. Can I be so real with you? As a kid, Chris, the
I
human
hate
boy
him.
he got paired with, pissed me off so much. Sonic! We have to be discreet. Sonic! Yelling it out in a public park. Are you an idiot?
I'll put it in B.
No shit, the government found you.
We have very few shows left. Let's see. We got Spy Family.
See, I want to put that at S, but at the same time,
I think
there's a lot of contenders.
A.
Yeah.
It is something I'd rewatch, but it's not like S. Like, I watch Dragon Ball on the reg. You know, I watched a lot of Death Note clips. I rewatched Konosuba and One Punch Man a lot. I don't go, let me go rewatch season 1 of Spy Family.
I mean, fuck, man. Nick's ringtone is Death Note.
Yeah, it is.
That's just because L's theme is so iconic.
Well, it's
That's
actually,
I
don't want to play it because I don't want to get copyrighted, even though I have a small channel. I don't need to deal with that. My ringtone is the ringtone music that just turns into, it's like the normal ringtone theme that just turns into L's theme.
What the fuck is that one at the bottom? Oh, that's Tokyo Ghoul. Okay.
Oh, this one? Yeah, it's Tokyo Ghoul.
That's also a solid A.
Yeah.
I don't like that they stopped it halfway through and had the Tokyo Ghoul shit. That was weird.
If you're wondering what that is, Conrad, that next one is Tales of Zestiria, which I barely remember, and we watched for the voice of Edna. Because it's Allison.
Shit.
That's
right. I forgot that existed. Yep.
This is going right up to A. This was funny as hell.
That was hilarious.
And I remember we found it because I typed in Goku in the search, and that came up.
And that came up. Way of the House Husband. I was like, damn. Okay, I don't know what that second one is. Or that first one there. I think that's Fairy Tale.
Never watched Fairy Tale. What are you talking about?
I don't fucking... That one. Down below. What is that?
Undead Unluck.
Undead Unluck.
This is going to C because it pissed me off. It would have been in B. But then they started doing the time travel shit.
All of the work that you've put in...
all meaningless.
Gone. Useless.
They have this big moment where Unmove, I think he's called, who can freeze people, has to have their memories wiped, and it's a big moment, and then they time wipe it all away, so it never mattered. Why do I care then?
Alright, neat.
Now, the final anime we're on to, I should preface before I get canceled that a good chunk of the things we have said in this video are jokes before I,
Oh, yeah. I do have a legal copy of Hyperdimension Neptunia.
This show,
Oh my fucking
my
God.
favorite scene is when she starts an outbreak of zombie people and then just leaves.
It just fucks off. Like, that is my biggest problem.
Well,
She's
where
the
did it
point
go?
of view character. And, like, I get that not every character is going to be a hero or whatnot, but she's a cold, unfeeling bitch for most of the show, causes problems, and then leaves, and we're supposed to give a fuck about the character development at the end. Like, cool! This is the equivalent of me walking up and seeing, like, I don't know, some massive asshole. I'm trying to think of ones that were equatable, but the problem is my first thought was, like, Jared Fogle, but that wouldn't be a problem.
Frieza.
Like Keemstar. Yeah, not Frieza. Okay, he's Space Hitler. Like if a Keemstar walked up and was like, "Man, I'm really having a shit day." That sucks, but you're a piece of shit. I kind of don't care. Oh well.
Where should I put this?
In all honesty, it's a good show.
It's B. I did like how it's like at the end she realizes her mom, because she's following in the footsteps of Nike, right? The adventurer that she likes from her book, and she realizes it's her mom.
Victory.
She realizes it's her mom, Victoria. Also, I didn't realize this when watching the show until much later. They named Victoria is her name, and her alias is the goddess of, well, her alias is Nike, but in mythology, Nike is a goddess of victory, and her name's Victoria. Ha, funny. That pisses me off.
Lol.
But I did like the character arc where Elena, I think her teacher's name is Fran, and Fran is asking her if she has to realize who Nike really is, and she's like, I do, but I don't want to, because I want to believe that, I want to believe that I'm not on this adventure because of who I was born to be, that I would always be like this no matter what, which is a fair argument.
Not just my mom.
I don't want to believe that I'm only this way because my mom was this way. I want to believe that I am my own person.
Yeah. Which, again, totally fair.
Remember when you left a bunch of plant zombie people?
Yeah, remember when you just straight up legitimately let a genocide happen because it was too much of a fucking pain in the ass to deal with?
To be fair, her mom
did
cool. Tell her to not get involved.
Fuck her. Yeah.
Despite her mom constantly getting involved. Because it shows one of the later episodes she goes and there's a wall enacted, and I think they knocked down the wall as a solution, right? But it's shown that the wall is enacted and the solution is given to, like, write messages by Nike, which would be her mom. So her mom is just hypocritical.
Yeah, her mom is just, don't do what I did, but know that I'm better than you.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that.
So, out of all of these, let me ask, which show is the best?
Is that an actual question?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, pure watchability legacy, like the one that kept me the most interested, it's Zekai, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
But that's just my personal
preference. You can tell the Goku statues all around her.
Yeah, the fact that I have, like, multiple Dragon Ball statues.
I have a lot more.
Also, I know that we didn't include it, but I just feel like we have to talk about it. The Dragon Ball Evolution movie.
That's not an anime. Nor should it exist.
Yeah. I watched that.
So did I.
This is a complete tangent. Nick told me, don't watch this, you'll hate it. And I was like, it can't be that bad, right? I have never wanted to shoot myself in the head while watching a movie more than watching that movie. Oh, I watched the whole thing.
Did you see the
mystical
Kamehameha
airbending technique? Yes.
It's terrible. And how he's the Ozaru by legacy, and he's like the son of Piccolo or some shit. I don't remember it fully.
It's so stupid.
What am I watching?
But I watched it, and this the reason I'm even bringing it up is because recently I found out that the voice actor for fucking Zamasu is the guy who played Piccolo in that movie.
Yeah, he wanted to redeem himself, and redeem himself he did.
He did. That's so fair.
It's such a wild movie. They made a video game about it. Don't play that. It sucks.
Also, don't play Raging Blast 2. Not because it's a bad game, but because the characters are spammy as shit, and Gohan has like enough ults to make his own team.
You know what I'm hoping for?
There is one thing I want to add to this entire list.
What?
Out of all of the anime that we watched, none of them I'd say were bad. Like, there are ones that I don't personally enjoy. None of them are garbage.
These ones down in F are all garbage.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Eromanga Sensei, for a very specific reason that we won't get into.
Yeah, the fact that there's an entire video dedicating to how much jail time you get just by watching it.
This one, there's no ignoring Boruto and Eromanga Sensei, which everybody knew was going to be an F. That I would never like ask anybody to watch. Drugstore in Another World. It is such an uninspired show that was clearly a soulless money grab that I want to fall asleep while watching it.
It was a cash grab. For
like
the
I
sake
say,
of being a cash
the big
grab.
problem with it isn't even the reused animation over and over. It's that every problem he has, he thinks for 2 seconds, comes up with a solution, and the solution immediately works. Therefore, there is no problem. This is like I walk outside and I see my dog needs... let's say I walk downstairs, right? And I see my dog wants to go out to pee, so I open the door and let them out. That's the entire episode.
Yup. And I'm pretty sure there's like 21 episodes.
I don't think there was that many. I think there's only like 8 to 12.
There's at least a full season.
I did not enjoy it.
No.
But
the reason I even say it, like, I don't want anyone to think that I think most of these are bad. They're not my thing, but I don't think any of them are directly bad, save for F.
Boruto is bad because it's I think Naruto should just end in it. It makes Naruto fancy. And I don't even like Naruto. Like, it was never my thing, but I know a lot of people do, and I still feel bad that the legacy something people really like is tarnished like that. Eromanga Sensei is Eromanga Sensei. I don't need to go into that.
I'm not a kid fucker, so like.
And
Nekopara. I think Nekopara is bad. But that's just because
that
I'm
only
not
got
a
D on a technicality. Because I was
so
unironically impressed that the child was never even... Like, they never even put them in a skimpy swimsuit. And that is a sad thing to say, that I was impressed by that. I should just expect that. But, nope.
Yeah. Go buy the Steam game. It's like $160.
Do not buy any of the Steam games. The only redeeming part of the Steam games that I know, because this makes me laugh and I learned it, like... after watching the show, is that there is a character in there named Milk. That's just full stop. Yeah. That's their whole name. I would be very upset to be named Milk.
I don't know.
I will say
I would be okay with it.
Dragon Ball Z Kai is probably my favorite anime of all time, but I will say that if I was asked to tell them what was the best written on here, it would be Death Note, and it wouldn't even be close.
Oh, yeah. Well, it would be Death Note because, like, Death Note genuinely, as you're watching it, it makes you think. Like, you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's cool. Good on him for thinking of that. Whereas Dragon Ball, I'm somehow outthinking the guy writing it. Toriyama just forgets that Super Saiyan 2 is a thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah, well, that's technically true and not true. He forgot the Cell Cycle one. He thought Super Saiyan 3's design was Super Saiyan 2, and he forgot Super Saiyan 3 existed.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, wait a minute, oops.
But hey, he had also not been writing it for, 15 years?
That's true. It's circling back to Evolution. He saw that garbage and was like, nah, this cannot stand.
I also, even though we've technically watched it, I didn't add it because I wasn't sure which side of the argument I'm on. I did not add in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Even if we did include it, it wouldn't have gotten high. I don't care for that show like most other people do.
The main bad guy is voiced by Mark Hamill.
Which is funny as shit. But so is Batman the Animated Series. And, I mean...
Oh, speaking of Batman the Animated Series, Conrad over here is such an omen of, death and despair. Never,
come on.
ever introduce him to anything. I introduced him to Batman the Animated Series. Kevin Conroy died. I introduced him to Dragon Ball. Not only did Toriyama, but Chris Ayers also died. And all of this is while we're still in college. I introduced him to the Dream SMP shit going on. Technoblade dies. He is like...
Look, you introduced me to, like...
death.
You introduced me to Resident Evil, and no one in that has died yet.
Don't say that.
Okay, I won't say anything. But, I mean, come on.
But yeah,
All
I'm
right.
pretty happy with this
I'm
list.
pretty happy with this list. If there's a couple things to take away, one, this is the most correct list on Earth. If you disagree, you are wrong. Two, I need to reiterate, I own a legitimate copy of Hyperdimension Neptunia. I have not pirated off of vimslayer.net.
What the fuck is that?
I did not go onto vimslayer.net and go to PS2 emulated games and emulate Hyperdimension Neptunia, specifically the HD port for the PlayStation 3. I did not do that. That didn't happen.
How is it a PS2
purchased...
game HD port from PS2?
It doesn't make sense, Nick, because it didn't happen.
Dude, if you keep pushing this bit, you're gonna get, like, investigated.
I'm gonna get a letter in the mail. We gotta have a talk about what you said. I'm like,
But...
Oh, wait, we forgot an anime.
Really?
We watched that fucking, It was on Netflix. And it was... Or no, it wasn't on Netflix. We watched that fucking, We skipped through... Oh, no, we didn't. Never mind. I'm lying to you.
Typical.
Because I remember, like, watching something.
I felt like I might have been missing some things, but if it wasn't important enough for me to remember, it would go in D anyway.
Hey, we've both watched Sword Art Online. Come on.
No, we have not.
Nor will we ever.
I know parts of Sword Art Online from YouTube videos I watched, like, mentioning it in passing when they're, like, ranking things. That is my entire...
I know that he unironically murders a dude, like, in real life.
I was watching a video once, right? And I swear I remember them being like, Kirito is the dumbest protagonist ever, trapped in the video game My Ass. Reach up and take the heads.
You dumbass. It's a saw trap. It's like the reverse bear trap. He tries and takes it off, and it just explodes his head.
It'd be terrifying.
I mean, to be fair, that would be a good deterrent from me taking the headset off. I'm not doing that shit if the alternative is I explode.
But yeah, I would. You should at least give every anime on this list a try. And if you
at the very least, if you take anything away, go watch Konosuba.
Oh yeah. Watch Konosuba.
Don't watch all of One Punch Man yet. Wait for the new season to come out, because that is coming out. And then go to youtube.com and then go find JP.
You talking about the shorts guy who just does Saitama versus whoever?
Yes.
We only know who that is because we used to watch YouTube Shorts because we lived together while in college, right? And we would scroll through and we would get random Saitama versus... And I'm like, I've never watched these in my life. Why are they being sent to me?
It's so funny.
Do you realize we have been ranting? This video is going on and we have not been ranking anything.
Oh, we've already ranked everything. Now it's just the CrazeWay and Sleepy variety hour on anime.
Go watch Dragon Ball Z, guys.
watch Z-Kai. Don't watch OGZ. They turn Goku into Superman.
Watch it in Japanese.
Yeah, that's good. Also, watch GT in Japanese, because the English dub, for some reason, fucks over the dialogue.
But also,
the first... I didn't harken on it a lot, but even in Japanese, fuck Super 17.
Oh my god, that fight made Goku an idiot.
I'm not going to get into it. I could rant. I
We've
could have
already
a whole video
ranted.
dedicated to it. Yeah.
We should. The only video on the Sleepy channel should be why I dislike the Super 17 fight.
Yeah. Why Dragon Ball GT is okay. It's not Evolution.
At least it's got that.